going on. So we'll get started. I'm going to send one more message here. We're on. Okay, cool. Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Great to see you. Give us a big wave or throw five in the chat if you're seeing us on this. Welcome back to our income producing activity call. Peter asked, what was the cool thing that you picked up on Black Friday if you did, besides our amazing products? I got this cool whiteboard and I'm going to use this in the future to help us all make a lot of money. So Coach Palmer has this and everything, so we can draw. You don't have to put up with my bad handwriting. So we'll have some fun with that. It's going to be great. But today we got a jam-packed day. We're going to have Dr. Cassy Williams talk about how she hit the top 1%, got to officer. It's going to be amazing. We're also going to talk about how to put on a drop talk, how Hawaii was able to put together 55 people in a room. We got Peter that's going to give us the how-tos. We got Fran that's going to talk about how I think she signed up like 8, 9 people or something already just from that event. And she's got some really cool tips and everything. And we have many more things as well too. So check the participants. If you don't see your peeps, shoot them a friendly reminder, get them on, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But just a couple of things. First this is the Friday after Black Friday. We had an explosive week. So if I'd also love to hear record paychecks, record promotions, whether you throw them in the chat, you shout them out, like whatever that it is, like it's really, really cool. I've been seeing and hearing many of your guys' successes and checks at everything. And I don't know. When I look at your checks, I'm just like, wow, this business really does pay. We had a sync yesterday with our officers and above. You got your biggest check ever, Adela? Yes. That's good. Come on. That's amazing, right? I've seen four-figure checks. I've seen five-figure checks. I've seen all different types of things, and these are weekly. And I was talking to Jody Garner. She is out in Australia, and she was sharing the power of this business. And she's been involved for around 14 months. And she shared how she had just been able to pay for a trip to Bali with her entire family. And also the next Connect event, trips, flights, everything. Cash just from Partner Co earnings. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, right? What is Partner Co doing for you? Like, how is this helping you, especially during these holidays and everything? We are going to enter into a cash for Christmas. We here want to make sure that you can help your family, your people's families have more cash for this Christmas. It's going to be fantastic. So lock this in. Monday on our IPA call, we're going to be deploying and putting together and laying out a holiday strategy. You guys had us up late nights. We met with all of our officers yesterday, and it was amazing to just hear all the incredible wins that have been going on. But as we heard that, we just like can't sleep. So we can't sleep because of baby, and then we can't sleep because of you. So we just don't sleep. So we're up late night and we're noodling and we're like, how do we get more cash into the team's pocket? How do we have more fun? How do we have more connection? How do we have more celebration? And guys, the year is not yet done. So we're already putting our minds together. So Monday, we're going to have a full-blown campaign ready for the team, and you don't want your team to miss that. All right. So Monday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to lay that out. And if you missed the last Black Friday campaign, don't miss this one because it's going to be absolutely incredible there, So awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Shelly got her biggest check ever. Congratulations, our senior manager. Katie got biggest check ever. Matt and Jolene got the biggest check ever. Carissa, congratulations. I love that. Yes, I need more renew, Jessica. 1,000%. I need more renew. I completely agree. Yes, Allison got her biggest check. Paula got her biggest check. Dr. Cassy got her biggest check. Her team did some amazing things. So awesome. Okay. Let me start with some recognition and an announcement. We are moving very quickly into our next season, and all roads in North America lead to Destin. If you're in Australia, shout out to Vanessa. She stays up at the weirdest of hours just for us. but we're going out to Gold Coast there. But write this down. Leaders go to and grow events. Okay, leaders go to and grow events. And our goal in 2026 is we've seen how this thing works through many, many years. And now we've been involved in Partner Co for a couple of years. We know what works. So we've tried a lot of things that don't work, and we tried some things that really work. And let me tell you one absolute truth, especially in 2026. We live in a world now where we're inundated by social media, by AI. Has anyone ever seen an AI photo or video that just you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, I thought that was real, right? Like it's scary almost what's going on now. It's great to use as a tool, but we're entering a day and age now where because especially of AI, things that are online, like people doubt sometimes now. So you know what's even more important than ever in life is it's almost like the only way to authenticate something or someone is if you actually see them in person. If I can't hug you, I don't know if I can trust you all the way. So, one of the trends you will absolutely see that is a positive for our business is that this is a relationship building business. It's a people building business. It's described as a comp plan wrapped around personal development. So we got to get around the people. We'll talk about the drop talk in a bit on getting around people, what that does. And those that are willing to get in front of people, we love online. We love our systems. We love you can launch 2 posts a day. All of that works. But if you want to scale to the next level, if you want to scout and find your next leaders, then the highest opportunity that you have is by going and meeting with people, by rolling up the sleeves and hugging somebody. I see Tracy Parrott here. I remember seeing her in Columbus, Ohio. It's like, Tracy, you're real. And it's just something different, right? Yet there has yet been a way to replicate a hug over online. So the leaders that are willing to go and grow to events are going to win big time. So that's why this next year, you're going to hear us talk a lot about events and make sure that you have key events. There's a lot of things going on all the time. The more, the better. But there are some key ones that as leaders, we want to make sure that as a team, we are driving towards and everything. Okay. So in North America, we're kicking off the year with our Destin event. Adela said she's grabbing her ticket there. Awesome. You want to make sure you get this is the biggest one out of the entire year in North America. Next year, there's our Partner Co experience. Put a one in the comments if you went to our last PXP, and that was phenomenal, wasn't it? Vanessa went there, and I'm telling you, the ones that travel the furthest, they get the most bang for the buck. Vanessa traveled all the way from Australia or Thailand or Bali. Probably think it was Bali at the time. And she won a trip to Maui. It's like, wow. But you never know what's going to happen. So in here, and then she earned it too with her credits as well. So shout out to her. But besides the next PXP, which is going to be Orlando, Florida in September time, Destin is going to be the biggest convention in North America. You're going to meet the founders. You're going to see the top execs. You're going to see the top, like everybody. You're going to see the lineup come out. And I promise you this, if you're not going, you're going to feel FOMO because you can see everyone going and you're like, why am I not going? So make the decision early and we'll figure it out. One thing that I recommend is this because I know cost is always a thing, right? Man, can I afford it? So far, lodging, kids, work, it's a lot of things. This is what I've always seen to be the truth, especially for those that feel like they can't make it. That's the event that you have to make because it helps you break through. I have never met anybody that's gone to an event and invested in themselves that's actually been sad about it. I always tell people if you don't like it, I will personally refund you on whatever. But it is so important. Sherry said Elise and her driving 9 hours to get there, whatever it takes. This is the year that boldness is going to be rewarded because most people these days, because of online, we're getting, not us, but the world, we're getting lazy. Let's be honest, right? We don't want to go anywhere, but we have to get out of our comfort zone. Your growth and your breakthrough is always on the other side of your comfort zone. If this makes sense so far, give me a wave or put a yes in the comments below. I just want to get you ready for this next year because, guys, this next year is going to be a 10x year. This next year, you're going to see records. They've already been broken, right? Record, so many things. This last week was the biggest week in Partner Co history, I think. It was crazy. Okay. You've seen nothing yet. We haven't even hit momentum yet. But you're going to see every single month how it's just going to incrementally go up and then all of a sudden it just booms. So my goal is to make sure that you are prepared to take advantage of the things that are happening. I just want to share the things that are absolutely true to be the case, right? So Destin, Florida, it's 8 weeks away, guys. It's 8 weeks. It's right around the corner. It's like Christmas and then 1 month, and then we're there. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. What do you want to do by then? I would challenge everybody, go get another promotion by then and help your team get promoted so you can walk the stage. Okay. I know Allison's got her eye on senior officer. I know it. I know Sherry Salazar is obsessed about the next promotion. She's like, I'm getting there. I'm walking. I'm not driving 9 hours for nothing, you know? I know Jerry. Shout out to Jerry. Isn't Jerry amazing, by the way? Like, wow. Jerry, I know he's been talking about getting promoted. So these things are happening. Fran is obsessed. She shot out a big, big target. And I'm like, let's go, right? So all of these, we want to make sure that we go to Destin. So I just posted in the Warrior Movement group. Grab your tickets if you haven't. We're going to have a template. We're going to shout it out. Like these are going to be big, big things. So make sure to grab those together. Okay. All right. Let me play a quick video and then we're going to start chatting some. Guys, the team's been winning like crazy. And we have an amazing global organization. So every week, shout out to Den. She's our executive assistant. She's on here right now. She takes our amazing titles and she puts together a nice slide and a nice a slideshow of them. This is going to be for week 47. So this isn't Black Friday week. This is the week before. I'm almost scared in a good way to see what it's like for the Black Friday week because the video is going to be much longer. We're going to have to figure out a way to show it so that we can fit everyone in and it's not like, 10 hours. But anyways, let's take a look at everybody that got promoted all over the world in week 47. Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, if you see somebody you know, shout them out. Alita, congratulations. You know what I love seeing there? I love seeing all the newest team leads. Because if there's a lot of new team leads, it's our very first and most important title. That means that there's a lot of rising leaders coming on. All those team leads I see as officers and above very soon. So if you see a lot of team leads, just watch out. There's a lot that's about to go down. So yeah, it's super, super cool. Congratulations to everybody. And yeah, recognition's huge, guys. We're trying to keep up with you. It's hard because you guys are just moving. So congratulations to you and all your leaders and everyone. So this thing is cranking. All right. So let's talk about promotions. All of them are important. All of them are awesome. But officer is one that we've noticed has a different type of leadership to it. They're all amazing and it's all a game, right? It's like every title you grow, every title that you learn something from. But officer is incredible. One, it's the first title that you for sure will make a weekly paycheck with a comma in it. There's something about that comma that does something to the psyche, you know? So that is incredible. Um, but another thing is corporate actually recognizes officers a lot. In North America, at least, when you hit officer, you get invited to something called the Officers Club. You get a special monthly call. You get VIP access to all the goods before everyone else does. You get access to an elite line. So you actually shortcut the phone. I know Kathy's like, thank God. We love our customer support, but it's nice because when you're an officer, you're dealing with a lot. So you need special VIP access and to deal with things. In this team, we recognize officers a lot as well too. We want to mastermind with you more. We want to collaborate with you more to the next level. Pretty much all of our moderators on these calls are officers and above. And specifically, shout out in Destin and also Gold Coast, those that have achieved officer or re-hit officer since PXP. Den, by the way, if you don't mind, I'd love to put together a flyer for this one. We want to do a special mastermind just with you. Okay, we got to get to know you. And not just us to know you, we want corporate to get to know you. So I've already given Katie Holt Larson, our president, a heads up. So on the Thursday before the Destin event, we're going to have a special day just for those that hit officer and above or re-hit officer and above. And you'll be invited to this exclusive mastermind. We'll have lunch, we'll have fun, we'll have connection. But really, we want to get to know and we want to really start thinking about how do we take your business to the next level. Okay. If that sounds like that's calling your name, put a me in the comments below because it all starts with a decision. We need to see you there. We want to see you there. I want to see more of you there. If you're already there, get more people there. Like this is one that you're going to want to pack and promote. But Dr. Cassy, welcome. Congratulations.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Good morning. So you got your paycheck today. I won't ask you how much, but it's over four figures for sure. What does that mean to you? How does that feel to see that direct deposit hit?
Well, when your husband logs on the bank account and says you have more money getting deposited than I do.
Come on.
Now his has taxes taken out of it, so technically he still made more, but I had more coming in the bank. So yeah,
Ooh,
just a
that's what
little
matters.
bit more, not very much more, but
Ooh.
still. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Does this little thing really work? Well, there it is. Congratulations. And it's not like he doesn't get paid well at all. So amazing. Dr. Cassy, I'd love to hear. You have an incredible story, but for those who don't even know your backstory, um, prior to Partner Co, like what was your career? What was your work life?
Okay, so I went to school to be a chiropractor. Um, my oldest son was a baby whenever I graduated. I had looked around at different avenues of starting a practice. Really, just, I don't know, I had a lot of guilt going on in that time too, because I think I was really being pulled to be a stay-at-home parent. But then chiropractic school is very expensive and I have a lot of debt because of it. But I obviously people know I'm on the prayer team. The Lord really used that time period to draw me near to him. So as much guilt that I had going on at that time, the Lord pulled me to him as I was having children. Um, so it got to the point where I was really praying into if that was the avenue that I was supposed to go. And I have a little bit of network marketing experience. Like I was part of 31, like the bags, the
Mm.
31 gifts or whatever it's called.
Ah.
The bag lady. So I have a little experience with that. I was a part of another company that kind of dealt with wellness, but there was some stuff that it just the leadership wasn't super great there.
Mm,
But it all prepared me for, Partner Co.
mm.
So as far as business background, that's kind of, you know, my story. Yeah.
Yeah. So what, I mean, when I hear chiropractor, I
Yeah.
think, dang, you're like high level, you made it in life. Like that's hard. Not everyone can do that and has the capability to do that. So when you take a look at something like Partner Co. as a business and you look at your financial dreams for you and your family, what is it that you see that led you to say Partner Co. over chiropractic?
Yeah. So like I said, I had been praying, do I go and do I start a practice? Is this what you want for me? And I had been looking at other avenues of interest, but I thought those other avenues, it was going to actually steal the joy away from it.
Mm,
And before I ever went to chiropractic school, I can remember taking this nutrition class, and it was very alternative, holistic health route. And I was super interested in that. Um, and so I kind of already had that passion. And as I was out of chiropractic school, there were a lot of things in like our health system that I had little nuggets from being in chiropractic school because I actually did training through pediatric chiropractic as well.
mm,
Um, so it was like a realization that I love to learn, and I was deep diving into all these different holistic things. And then, oh, just like even more like 2020, just how to treat different things naturally, even more. Like I kind
mm,
of always grew up in a family that we didn't really use a lot of the normal things, like maybe
mm,
a little bit to a degree.
mhm,
Um, but just a super big interest. And I gotta say, with Dustin, we're
mm,
talking about Dustin. I almost didn't go to Dustin last year.
mm.
And it was like a knowing that I needed to go. And I actually met Dr. Crystal Vance's dad. And
Ah,
it was like a divine appointment kind of moment because he told me that I need to get a nutritionist certificate with my
mm,
chiropractic. So I haven't done that yet, but I have looked into it a little bit. So it's just
mm,
like all these connect the dot kind of things.
mm,
And as when I saw the post and started watching the person that was sharing about Partner Co,
mm,
at that point, like I was needing to lose weight, but I also like, the own health things that you're dealing with, and you're watching and looking at all these different ingredients. And I'm just like, okay, there's something to this. Like, I don't know if I want to do the business or not, but I want to try this. And I'm praying into it. And it was just, I had that moment of just knowing that this was what I was supposed to go with. So
wow.
a little
Wow.
long-winded, but there's a
No,
lot to it.
not long-winded at all. That's on events. You never know the moment that you needed to go there for.
Yep.
And it's many times it's like that hallway talk, right? That wasn't even the main event. It's just, oh,
Right.
I met Dr. Crystal, who was also a chiropractor, also had her own practice, the dad, and then boom. So that's why these events are so key and critical. That's when we met you. That's when we met Paula, and it was and the rest is history. I also want to ask you this as well. I hear this many times in our industry because the truth is, like our parents, we don't get to choose our parents, and we don't get to choose our uplines. We don't get to choose who sponsored us and everything. And many times, what I've seen takes people down. Like, for example, my sponsor, I haven't literally heard from for 10 years. I don't know where he is. Makes matching bonus still and
Matching
everything.
bonus still and everything.
Um, hold up. But what happens a lot of times is in those scenarios, people use that as an excuse that they cannot do well. They're like, well, if I had a better upline, blah, blah, blah. And nothing against your upline or your sponsor, right? There's those that sow the seed and then those that nurture the seed. But you had a scenario where your upline didn't give support on the business aspect. So how do you navigate that? Because I've never had to tell you to do anything. You just like you figured it out and you got the tools and everything. Any tips on that?
Sure. I have a lot of gratitude because honestly, she kind of did it by accident. Like she thought she was just sharing an affiliate affiliate thing. So if you look at it from gratitude of, I
Mm.
probably wouldn't be here
Mm-hmm.
without the fact that of her sharing, I wouldn't have known about this. And what's interesting is before she even shared about Noni, just being on Facebook and reading comments, because I like to learn on different health things. So I was reading comments, and these people were talking about Noni and how there used to be this Noni that was amazing, but they didn't know where it went. And then there's these other Nonis, and they're not really that great. So then when I found about the drops and the fact that we had Noni, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like this
Mm.
is the original Noni that I was reading about. So it's a gratitude thing. Uh,
Mm.
because I wouldn't have known otherwise. It's just like for anybody that they're upline steps away, have gratitude. You wouldn't be here without
Mm.
that person having shared that post or having told you about it. So it's your outlook.
Mm. That's so big. That's so big. I needed that myself. But if you're willing to take that in for yourself, put a yes in the comments below. Like that's big, right? Because if we trade expectation for appreciation, everyone has different uplines and sponsors and ways they got born. But when it comes to you and your business, then you go seek out what you have. And fortunately, we have amazing tools and collaboration and stuff and everything here. But ultimately, it's still your business, right? Even if all of us left, it's still Cassie's business, right? So that mindset is healthy, and mindset is what's led to growth. And I actually almost think it's almost a blessing in disguise sometimes when your upline leaves because it's all on you. You're like, I can't depend on anyone, so I do go step up right now, right? So there's pros and cons to both sides of the story. They both can succeed. Okay, so let's talk about then officer. Obviously, you launched your business. If you follow Cassie, you know she's super consistent with posting. That's her minimum. She does run our officer call yesterday. She said she does at least 2 posts a day. She's sharing the drops all the time. So she's doing that. But now going to officer, like that's a big step. Your team did almost 10,000 points of volume last week,
Yeah.
which is way more than officer. So it wasn't just you, but it was your whole team that was winning. What's a key tip that you focus? What do you think is the difference of someone that they go nothing bad about manager, but let's say you go manager, you're stuck there and you're just selling yourself versus now being able to scale and duplicate and be able to build a significant business. What do you think are some key differentiators there?
Yes. So for me, I'm going to share a little bit until before I go into that full answer. Don't give up because I had a period where it was really super slow. So much so I wasn't even sure I was going to make it to PXP just because of finances. So the big thing is don't give up. Keep doing the different things like plugging into these calls is so important. And if you have someone who is super excited, absolutely encourage them to get on these calls because it helps your mindset. It helps you learn tools. That's Michelle's on this call right now. I have another person who's been really good at plugging in. Obviously, Paula is really good. She's actually underneath someone under me. So she's experienced the upline not being here. Um, so yes, it's plugging in, doing the dues, pointing to events like our calls. It's just like Michelle could even share that like back in July, she had reached out to me in the spring about the drops and she was nursing all the time at that point. So I told her, I'm like, it's not recommended, but in July, randomly before you did the 6-figure blueprint video, I'm like, I don't even remember how many people I reached out to about that, but I'm like, I know we've never talked about the business,
Mm.
but would you be willing basically to look at this? Because it could be something you could do with it. And she was like I invited her to so many calls because she was like, yes, give me more. I want to know more. So like those people, you've got to give them what they're asking for so that
Mm.
they can make the right decision. And you're inviting other people because you just don't know the timing. Like I
Mm.
have partners who have gone inactive.
Mm.
There was one who's above everybody. She's the
Mm.
one right below me. She's above everybody. She wants to get back on the drops. Last week, I'm telling her, I'm like, this week's going to be huge. This would give you a solid power line. Um, and I hear nothing. Like she responded to me about wanting to get started, but then nothing. So don't get discouraged by that. It's just the timing for them. You don't know everything that's going on. And this is like one of my high school best friends. So, there could be some of that. There's that, the profit that in your own town that
Mm-hmm.
they don't always. So there's probably a degree of that as well. So it's just keep going, reaching out with the different things. I invited so many people with the VIP list. I used the Drops Revolution 2.0. I have a family member that I was actually able to get in the Drops Revolution. So she was seeing everything. I invited her just strictly for the recipes and being able to watch Shanna. Use
Mm,
what we have because I got her in the group. She lives in Florida. I actually stayed with
mm,
her when I went to Destin. So she lives in Freeport, which is like 40 minutes. So
mm,
I've been talking to her for a while. um, so she saw me, going back and forth to Destin, and I talked to her then. But this was not like to push her. I'm like, you don't have to purchase anything to be in this group.
mm,
But she came back home recently for a bridal shower that we were doing for a family member, and I was able to talk to her more about it.
mm,
Um, and so I ended up inviting her with the VIP list, and she opted in for that. And she was on one of the calls for the drop giveaways that we did, really the
mm,
most recent one. And then with one of our IPA calls, you have to keep plugging in yourself. It builds
mm,
your belief. It helps you keep going when you have that doubt. It gives you tools to take and pray about too. Like, what's the direction I need to go with? Because I used something somebody said, I think it might have been you, James,
mm,
about doing a one time, I'll give you my price. And then if you have a new brand partner, or even to share with a brand partner, hey, I've got these people. Well, I placed an order underneath one of my new brand partners, and I was able to give this family member a discount. And she actually was only going to come in with Sugar Stop. So I tried to, I got on the phone with her. I'm like, I'd like to chat with you about something. And I forget I told her, I was like, I really want to help you.
mm,
Do you mind if I ask you any questions?
mm,
And I said, what are your health goals?
mm,
So then she went into telling me these things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she has to have the drops. Like it cannot
mm,
just be Sugar Stop. And this is things that I wouldn't have been aware of if I wouldn't have asked, because it's not like an obvious, you
mm,
can't tell kind of thing.
mm,
So I told her that I was like, I really think, this is what you need to do. And I gave her like the price comparison, because if you do brand partner pricing for the drops with the Sugar Stop, that's the same price as a subscribed customer for just the drops. And
ooh,
that's how I presented it to her, because it showed her the value. And she's concerned about like the price continuing from here. And I'm like, well, we could talk about you signing up as a brand partner, because she's a teacher. Well, we've talked
mm,
about teachers on here about how good they are with systems. So
mm,
it could potentially really help her. And she's a retired teacher that just does substitute teaching and stuff now, but
mm,
I don't know how it can help her. And that's what we have to kind of see is when we are helping people, that we don't know what this can do and benefit
mm,
them. That's where I'm trying to change that lens of, we don't know what it's all going to do. Like,
mm,
we don't know what the path, it could really change their health. It could really change their finances. We don't really know. So we have to just come in with that positivity and help them where they are.
so powerful. Put a one in the comments if you got any nugget already so far. Like, wow, like brilliant, everything that I'm hearing. Dr. Cassy, I mean, you're going to speak a lot more. There was so many nuggets there. What I'm hearing is making a decision on what this can do for you in your life. Being plugged in, especially when times seem tough and dry. Continuing to do the daily do, but also learning and taking action. I hear you just learning something, take action, learn something, take action. And like I mentioned in the beginning, this business is a compensation plan wrapped around personal growth. It's very evident you've grown tremendously yourself as a professional, as a woman of faith, so many different things. And you lean in And there's always going to be a benefit there. So, congratulations to you and your amazing team. There's going to be so much more. And Cassie, I'd love to invite you, by the way, if you don't mind. Would you be down to be one of our Zoom moderators as well? Help run us these IPA calls.
Sure.
Nice.
And step out of your comfort zones too, because me starting to pray for everybody, that was a big thing. So when you're asked, I mean, obviously, if it's something you can go and pray about it, but I encourage everyone to step out of their comfort zones for sure.
Come on. I know. I didn't give you much of a choice there. That would be
No.
awkward to say that. It's like, when people film the proposal and they're like, I don't know if I should say yes right now. No, but I knew you would as well too. So, Cassie, amazing. Thank you so much. And congratulations once again. Wow, wow, wow. And I hope that was real for you guys. Like, this isn't the reality is everyone's growth to success is not straight up. There's ups, down. There's always actually a down and then a test, and then you go up. Have you guys noticed that? So if you're going through a down period right now, this is your before the after, right? So go through that, learn through that, and then we can't wait to hear your story as well too. Um, Another thing that's going to be richly rewarded always, but in this business, I just keep on saying this over and over again. So true. Tim Sales coined this that in this business, if you want to make money, if you want to grow, all we do is put a prospect in front of a presentation, drama or no drama. If you do it in quantity over time, you will win. So we have a presentation called a drop talk, which is talk about the drops. It's probably one of the simplest presentations ever. It's in our boards. Anyone can do it. But to put one together, you can do it online, you can do it one-on-one, you can do whatever. But to put one in person is one thing. But to put one in person where there's 55 people in attendance, that's phenomenal, especially for a first of its kind in person. It's the biggest one I've seen as a first. And it was so big to the point that Winter Baker flew out, I flew out, got on corporate's radar. Like now we're already talking about Super Saturdays in Hawaii, like a lot of stuff. And the whole Hawaii team pulled together. I'm gonna have Fran in a bit, but I'm gonna pull up Peter first. So Dory and Sean and Fran and everyone, right? The whole team came together, pulled this off. But every single thing that has growth requires a leader to call the shot. And in this one, I know Peter, after PXP, he was pissed off in good ways. He's like, we got to go do something. I'm sick and tired of hearing Hawaii as an idea. Let's go do something. So, Peter Ho, what's up,
Hello,
man?
hello.
Hello, hello. Everyone knows and loves Peter. I saw Peter in the chat yesterday. We have our millionaire mentorship, and then Peter was saying congratulations to one of the newest members. They're like, Peter, you're like they called you like the legend or the famous guy or like something like that. So it's because Peter, as we all know, gives so much love to everyone. If you've ever been impacted by Peter in a positive way, put a me in the comments below. Like he reaches out cross line. He's always adding value. He's like everyone's best friend, which we highly, highly value. And there's always going to be blessing in that. But Peter, walk us through this. You are currently a manager, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you didn't hear officer, you didn't hear chairperson, manager. Talk to us about why this whole drop talk started. What was going through your mind and how did you make the decision?
Yeah, honestly, it started with a Friendsgiving at first, would bring all the brand partners together. But when I talked to James and Dan, when Dan was here for the San Diego event and talked to James, they gave me a challenge. They said, why not make it a drop talk event? So when I did that, with everyone in our group chat with brand partners, I brought the idea up and I said, hey guys, why not we make it a drop talk event? Um, so that's how the idea came up to it. And I said, if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. Just like how Dr. Cassy said, is that we got to step out of the uncomfort zone first before anything else, and everyone will follow with it. So that's actually how it got started.
So
And
this was
then
maybe 2 months ago then. We
month and a
had
half.
A month and a half ago. So we had an event in San Diego. Peter Ho came out, Dan Colley was here, and we had a challenge. We're just like, go do a drop talk. And you're like, okay, how do I do that? Right. So, okay, so you made the decision. I forget, did we give you a number already in mind, like a challenge of a number, or did you come up with a number yourself?
So technically, your challenge was to bring 50 people to the event. I
Hmm.
know Dan, when we're talking about PXP, what would it take for corporates to get help? And it was also 50 people also. So 50 was a
Mm,
magic number um,
mm.
to the event where I got you to fly out, I got Winter to fly out, I got Dan to help me with corporate's help.
Wow. Okay. So 50, how many teammates were in the core team putting together this drop talk of 50 people?
So I'm gonna shout out everyone here. Dory is the first one with Fran, Sean, Winter, and I. And yeah, so it
That's
was
like
five
what,
of us.
five people. Okay, so you didn't hear 20 people put together 50 in a room. You said five people put 50 people in a room. And technically, you're in California, Winter's in Arizona, right? So there's three locals, and Dory's not even on the same island of where the event was held. So there's only two people local to that actual island that are actually putting this together. All right, that sounds crazy. So, all right, you have a couple weeks on the clock. You set the date, you set the time, and you're like, I need to get 50 people together. What was your target then? How do you get 50 people in a room?
I truly, want to shout out Dory. Dory made the script for us where first week, she invited almost 30 people to the event. So technically half of it was already hers. Somehow, some way, she found the secret of just getting people to the event. And this two people, Dory and Fran, have actually, in terms of people invite, has the most people invite to this event that I ever seen and how fast it went through. So once we got the numbers, we got data. So everyone filled out a Google form, which is truly, truly important when it comes to asking for corporate help,
Did a
is they have to
registration
see
form, and it was just what name, like what's on
name,
your registration form?
name, number, email, who invited you, and how many people are coming.
Simple.
So it was very, very simple. And once we got the data, we saw 50 people. We hit 50 people. We messaged Dan and said, "Hey, Dan, we have 50 people." To get corporate's help, it takes a long time. It took us almost 3 weeks to get even down on a call, Zoom call with me in Winter to talk about this more. So once I think I hit 38 people, I messaged James, who's in Japan, saying, James, I think you got to fly over. We're gonna hit that 50 people. So James booked his ticket right there, right there. So it was super excited to have James on. And then I think once we had about 80 people sign up on that form, Winter booked her
Wow.
ticket. She found a way. She's like, oh, I don't know if I can make it, but she found a way to come over. But it
Wow.
was thanks to Dory and Fran who brought probably the most people on this
How many
form.
people did they get registered together?
Like I think together, almost 80 people together, just them two alone.
Dang. Okay, cool.
So
Let me bring Fran on real quick. Fran woke up at
bring
3:15 a.m.
bring Dory
today.
up too. Bring Dory up too.
Is Dory
Those
here?
two are the masterminds of the
Oh,
two
Dory's here.
invite
Dory, able to
queens.
unmute yourself? If you are, please do. Fran, oh, my, there's Dory. Okay. Let me go Dory first because I want to hear Dory's script. Anyone want to hear Dory's invite script? Okay. Dory, how do you talk to people to have them show up to an event? What did you say?
So the script that I shared with everybody was based off of people that I have recently spoken to that either one have rejected me in the beginning or two signed up as a customer slash or brand partner and had someone in their pipeline that was interested but wanted more information.
Mm,
So the script basically had said, hey guys, I have a friend who's hosting an event. Um, if you guys would like to learn more, or if you guys just want to come and share some love and support, please let me know. I can send over the registration form for you guys to fill out and let me know how much people you guys are going to bring. So, in the beginning, when Peter first mentioned this to me, I initially went to all of my brand partners and customers to see if they, even though they were already in the pipeline of trying the drops, they would still come and benefit by learning and hearing other people's stories. So they were the ones that I initially reached out to, and they were the ones who signed up immediately.
mm,
Um, and then they had asked their friends. And so then they were texting me, okay, I need to get these people here. Can you please send me the form? So then that's how my pipeline of people started growing.
mm,
Sure, things happen, life happens, and some of them weren't able to make it, but they are saving the date for our next event in February. So I
mm,
already have a good amount of people that are going to come.
mm,
But that initial script and how everyone in the group that was starting to build this event with Peter had initially asked me, what are you doing? How are you getting all your people to sign up and da 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 da? So, sharing that script to everybody, I think helped boost their pipeline of getting people to come as well. So everybody has their own way of doing things. I definitely was just trying to be a little bit more in with the people I already had talked to for them to bring people. Because I know that they already are getting the positive results, and results speak for itself when inviting, I hate to say it, but when inviting the locals, because they are really ones to see results first before actually trying something. So at least that's my intake when it comes to a lot of the locals here. But yeah, that's kind of what I did,
Really
helping us
simple.
build those numbers. Yeah.
That's it, guys. Did that seem really simple? Hey, I'm having an event. My friend's having an event. I'd love for you to come and learn more about what we're doing. Please let me know if you want to come. I'll send you the registration form and let me know how many people you want to bring. That that was simple, right? The form is a simple Google form, just name, email, phone number. How many people are you bringing? Like anyone can make it. Simplest things. Wow. But simple scales. And Dory signed up new partners that are excited and new customers and everything, which is great. Fran, is that similar to how you invited people to, or do you have anything you want to add on that?
Actually, in the beginning, I was inviting people. I didn't get much. And then we did reach out to Dory. So she showed us the script. So I did use her script. And then I added in that Maka and I will be speaking and we would really love your support. So that kind of, a lot of people was like, yeah, sure, we'll support you. And, we're wanting to get healthier and, learn about your journey. So that really helped a lot.
Very good. So guys, I'd encourage anyone, especially it's great local, like I see Michelle's in Missouri. Awesome. Right? Like if you have been planting the seed and you've been talking in many conversations, you have a lot of people in the pipeline, just put together an event, in person, online, whatever, and you can say something similar. Right? Hey, I'm about to share my story. I'd love for you to support. We're gathering some people, share what we got going on. It's like the simplest thing ever, right? Call the shot, put it together, and let's have some fun on that, Okay. Fran, how many people have you got started by now? I mean, you're still following up, but how many people you got started?
I have 8 new brand partners. 1 more is going to sign up today, and 5 customers over 200 PV.
Doug, newest senior director, correct?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And how many people from your end showed up to the event?
There were maybe about almost 30 that signed up, but I only had like around 15 that probably came.
Got it. So you're saying basically everyone that showed up signed up.
Or there was some that missed out, and also they were following us, and for some reason every time when I post my husband's pictures, everybody gets excited. So that kind of stirred a lot of people's curiosity. So I got a lot of his friends that are construction workers doing the drops as well.
Makes sense. So good. And it is true as well too, because people ask Peter, like, how did you get 50 people in a room? Right. And my question was, well, if you're packing an event, how many people did you invite? How many people said they would come? Well, 20. Well, if you only have 20 people that said they're going to show up, you're not going to get 50. Here's the rate. 50% will probably flake. That's just it. You don't fight the game. That's what it is. So the team, Peter, you had how many on the registered in the event?
102 people.
102. What's half of 100, guys? Throw it in the chat. Not a trick question. Half of 100. What's that? 50. Yeah. So guess what? They had 55. Is that like, that's just laws of averages. So the truth is, if you want 50 in the same challenge, personally, I'm down, like I love to travel, 50 people at an event is the number that will allow my wife to say, James, you can go. So I'm down. I'm so down. And we can always do online events and everything too. But Fran, what I also want you to show, I hope it's okay if we go a little bit more today. This is gold right here. Fran, when I saw you there, because winter came and winter's a closer. She did an amazing presentation. But what you said to me, I saw you pull out this folder and it was really cool. I think you might have it with you. If not, I have the video here. And I asked you this question, and it was basically packs and stuff. You're like, just in case winter couldn't make it, I wanted to prepare, and I was thinking, how do I get people started if no one else is here? And I'm like, that's a business owner. That's why you're getting people started. Can you walk us through your binder and your thought process behind that?
Sure. So when my the people that I invited when they first came, I had like this little gift bag, but in the gift bag I had like a noni, 2 Max and 2 Renew with some Christmas candy, and then I did this here. It's just like a like my business card. So they would open it and say like, "What's this?" So I said, "Oh, just scan it. It's like my like a business card. It has all my information and Instagram, Facebook, Cash App, Venmo, and the 6-figure blueprint and stuff like that." So they looked at that, and then when everybody came, I threw these folders on the table, like as a conversation piece. So they would open it, and this is kind of the same thing that I put in the sample bag, and then I added on like the Black Friday. So like the Black Friday sales, I put that in the front, and then what I did is on pages on the iPad, I would take the picture of the product, and then I would make my QR code, and then I would paste the picture onto here, and then the QR code right next to it. And then we had like a promo going on. So with a minimum of 200 PV, you get we had our Hawaii promo, and then I just wanted to make some 200 PV packs ready, just in case if they're ready. I would just open this page and go, here you go. These are the popular ones. And then I also did like a 500 PV and a 15. And in the back, just kind of like instructions on how to use the drops and Sugar Stop and Everglow. But it really came in handy because after we were done, I was like, oh my gosh, where's my folders? So I grabbed my folders and I opened it and I was like, okay, what do you guys want to get? Where you want to get started? So it helped out a lot.
Wow.
They would just scan it. They were like, okay. So I just said, just scan it. The enrollment's on here already. Just scan it. And then, you're good to go. I can help you with whatever questions. So I have one person, you remember Ilima?
Yeah.
So she is really excited. I have like maybe 3 of them. They want to do like a Zoom on Monday. And I have actually 2 kind of like events that I'm gonna have. There's one where they're having an event where with over 50 people, and you just gather in a circle and you just kind of like talk about your occupation and what you do. So I'm gonna go there, and Ilima wants me to just talk about our business. So it's a start. It's moving a little fast, but Maka and I are excited.
Who here's down for a little bit fast in your business, right? And that's the truth. To get speed, you can control your speed. You got to put in some intentional effort. If you do intentional effort in a short spurt of time, it just pushes the action forward. And now everyone's like, oh my gosh, tell me what you got going on, right? So really smart, really genius. I think we need to put down, I think I'll talk to Danielle. We should probably make a page, like a boards page too, after an event. Look at these products, look at these packs. Here's some things, QR codes, you can chat GPT these things. So I hope what you took notes on is Fran's intentionality. She's thinking with the end in mind, thinking, if I have like 10, 20 people here, 30 people here, how do I talk to them all and not miss them? And then she thought of, well, I'll just have a sign up form. That's called ingenuity. That's called entrepreneurship. Awesome. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Dor. Peter, any last words on putting together a successful event?
I think it's more of doing it with a team. Don't do it by yourself. No one's really alone. Like me and Winter are sidelines. We're not we're not downline uplines. We're just sidelines. But really just being intentional with having a group of people who have the same vision and mission as you, and things would just go your way. So technically, this was supposed to be in my backyard. We talked about that and we booked it out. And my mom said no, and she kicked me out. And so, with Winter's help, she found a location and we got it done. We got there. We had good food. Um, and we just had good company. And I think that's the biggest, strongest point is just doing it with a team with the same mission and vision that you have, and things will happen. And we're actually having another big one in February. So we're just going to keep it aligned, keep on going, but also before events like this, big events, do a Zoom event, do a pre-Zoom event so that people can build up to it, because you want more people to come there. So our mission, our goal for the next event in February is to have 100 people in that room. So James will have to fly over again and winter, but to have, how did you get the food up? It was actually at a restaurant. The location was at a restaurant that it was Winter's best friend. She called, she got the location down, we got that set. But I think in the beginning, it starts with a decision, a date, a time, and everything will work out. So that's exactly how we got this event started.
Well done. Well done. And I love the tip too. Yeah, if you're going from scratch, not a bad idea to do a Zoom event first, get it together, and then you build from there. So, guys, who here is convicted and committed to saying, I'm going to go put something together, right? Put a me in the comments or give me a wave, like figure that out. If you're inspired to do some type of event, you, your team, Crossline, whatever, let's go figure it out. The people that are going to win big in 2026 are the ones that are bold to get in front of people's faces. And I'm telling you, we got good products, we got good opportunity, we got great people. And to get around this, it's game over in good ways, you know? So Hawaii team, congratulations. Thank you. Golden nuggets everywhere. Amazing. Adela, is that a question?
No, it wasn't a question, but don't give up. I put something in my Dreammaker page, James. If you can pull up that photo and put in here, it'd be really cute. People have probably seen that before. Yes, don't give up. That message this morning was awesome. I mean, this has been a really tough year for me. I've had the ups and lows, and just keep showing up to everything. I got a text this morning. Somebody's coming by to pick up 4 boxes of drops. So,
Nice.
it just around the corner is everything. And this team is fantastic. Pam and I are going to be having a 3-way with my brother in
Nice.
a couple of hours. So things are happening. They are. Don't
Let's
give up.
go.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Thank you, Adela. Awesome. Cassy, congratulations. Thank you for all your wisdom. Hawaii, amazing, amazing. Guys, Monday, don't miss the IPA call. We'll put promotions and announcements and everything. Let's have triple digits on that call as we go into our holiday strategy. And we'll enter into a time of prayer. So if you want to stay on, definitely do. If you want to pop off, we honor you as well too. Jolene, over to you. Shout out to our teachers for sure.
Shout out to our teachers who are trying just to make it through. I have very little voice, but we got this. I just wanted to share just a little word today. And it really goes to what this team is and has done. But Proverbs 11:25, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. That's what these IPA calls do to us each and every single time. We get generous people sharing their ideas, and they refresh those of us who might have had a rough, sick-filled week and can go out and crush it. So we got the weekend. Let's go. Let's move forward, but let's take it to Jesus in prayer. Father God, we come before you right now, and we just honor all who shared today, all the wisdom that they have imparted upon us, the little nuggets from Dr. Cassy all the way down to Peter and Fran and Dory, and just James wrapping it up with a cute little bow. And so we just thank you for this time that we were able to gather this morning. We thank you for the opportunity to learn more. And we just ask that you put people in our path this weekend that we need to serve, that need to hear not only about our product, but about you, because this is just, the product is our vehicle to get them to you. So I just thank you for that. I thank you for this opportunity to just bring our day before you, give you a back what you've given us, another day here. So we ask that we use it well, that we love you and love others around us well. And just take us into the weekend, bring us all back together on Monday for this exciting news. I love when they drop little hints like this and give us something to look forward to all weekend. So we ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Beautiful.
Amen.
That's a
Amen.
good call.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
all, and God
Cassy.
bless.
Thank you, Peter.
Amen.
And Dory.
Congratulations,
Happy
Cassie. That's
weekend.
great, everybody.
Congratulations,
Great weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
James, thank you for the
Bless
share
you,
today.
James.
Love
You're
it.
welcome.
You too.
See you
Bye.
guys.